fire. I'll take you to burn.
And if I kiss you in the garden,
1968. America seemed to be changing by the day, and so did the radio. Psychedelic rock collided with folk. Hard rock was beginning to grow heavier, and unusual voices could still unexpectedly captivate millions of listeners.
Between the parted pages and we're pressed in love.
Don't you know that I love you?
There was a song that ran for more than 17 minutes. A hit sung in a falsetto unlike anything else on the radio, and a song about a cake melting in the rain. Let's return to 1968 with 10 forgotten one-hit wonders. Strange, beautiful moments that could never be repeated. Number 10. Nobody But Me by the Human Beinz. If you've ever heard Nobody But Me, the first two words you probably remember are no, no. The Isley Brothers had recorded the song earlier, but the Human Beinz turned it into an energetic garage rock track. Powerful guitars, driving drums, and nearly non-stop vocals helped this version unexpectedly climb to number 8 on the Billboard Hot 100. Their success in America quickly faded, but the Human Beinz found a passionate audience in Japan. While their homeland nearly forgot them, a country halfway around the world welcomed them like stars. Number 9. Green Tambourine by the Lemon Pipers. In February 1968, the Lemon Pipers stood at the top of the Billboard Hot 100 with Green Tambourine. It should have been every young band's dream. But there was one problem. It wasn't really the kind of music they wanted to play. The group leaned toward psychedelic rock, while their record label wanted songs that were easier to sell. With its sitar and bubblegum sound, Green Tambourine took them to number 1, but it also boxed them into a particular image. Sometimes your greatest success can become the hardest cage to escape. Number 8. Summertime Blues by Blue Cheer. Summertime Blues was nearly 10 years old when Blue Cheer decided to do one simple thing: turn everything up loud. Well, if you wanna use a car, go right next Sunday. Eddie Cochran's rock and roll song became distorted guitars, heavy bass, and drums that sounded as if they might blow the radio apart. That ferocious version reached number 14 on the Billboard Hot 100. But what lasted longer than its chart position was its sound. Years later, Blue Cheer would often be mentioned as one of the forerunners of heavy metal. A summer hit had accidentally offered a glimpse of the sound of the future.
If these songs are taking you back to some of the happiest years of your life, we'd truly appreciate it if you could take a moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps us continue bringing back the songs that became the soundtrack of an entire generation.
Number 7. Tiptoe Through the Tulips with Me by Tiny Tim. Imagine watching television in 1968. Rock was getting heavier, guitars were getting louder, and then a man appeared with a ukulele and a soaring falsetto voice. Tiptoe Through the Tulips actually dated back to 1929, But Tiny Tim turned the old melody into a new phenomenon, taking it to number 17 on the Billboard Hot 100.
I kiss you in the garden.
His long hair, ukulele, and unusual voice made him unlike any other star. Sometimes you don't need to top the charts. You just need to be different enough that people can never forget you.
Between the parted pages and we're pressed in
Number 6, MacArthur Park by Richard Harris.
This park is melting in the dark. All the sweet green
Cake left out in the rain, its icing melting down, and no one would ever have the recipe again. That image alone has kept MacArthur Park debated for decades.
Don't think that I can take it, 'cause it took so long to
Jimmy Webb wrote the song, but the man who performed it was Richard Harris, an actor rather than a pop star. The song ran for more than 7 minutes and shifted through different tempos.
This park is melting in the dark. All the sweet green
Everything about it seemed to go against the formula for radio, and yet MacArthur Park still climbed all the way to number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100. In 1968, even a song this unusual could make all of America listen.
left the cake out in the rain. I don't
Number 5, Classical Gas by Mason Williams. No lyrics, no lead singer, just a guitar beginning to play, and then an entire orchestra gradually sweeping in. Classical Gas was nothing like the formula for making a hit in 1968, yet it still reached number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100 and later won multiple Grammy Awards. What makes it even more interesting is that Mason Williams was also a writer for the Smothers Brothers Comedy Hour at the time. A man accustomed to working behind the scenes in television suddenly stepped into the spotlight without singing a single word.
And there's no need to take a stand.
Number 4, Angel of the Morning by Merrilee Rush and the Turnabouts. Merrilee Rush wasn't the first person to sing Angel of the Morning, but when she sang it, the song finally found the voice that audiences would remember. Chip Taylor wrote the story of a woman entering a relationship without asking for promises about tomorrow. Rush's version reached number 7 on the Billboard Hot 100 and earned her a Grammy nomination. More than a decade later, Juice Newton turned the same song into a hit again. Some songs belong to a single year. Angel of the Morning seems to belong to several generations.
Morning's echo says we've sinned.
Fire. I'll take you to burn.
Number 3, Fire by the Crazy World of Arthur Brown. Before audiences could even understand what was happening, Arthur Brown shouted, "I am the god of hellfire!" Then he appeared with his face painted and a flaming helmet on his head. Fire wasn't just a song. It was an entire spectacle, reaching number 1 in the UK and number 2 in America.
I think you should learn.
The Crazy World of Arthur Brown never had another comparable American hit. But more than half a century later, people may forget the chart position of Fire, while the image of a man singing rock music with flames burning above his head is much harder to forget.
I'll take you to burn.
And dance forever and a day.
Number 2, Those Were the Days by Mary Hopkin.
Those were the days.
Mary Hopkin was only 18 years old when an opportunity brought her to Paul McCartney. After attracting attention on Opportunity Knocks, she became one of the first artists signed to Apple Records.
Then the
busy years went rushing by.
McCartney produced Those Were the Days, and the song quickly reached #1 in the UK and #2 in America. But the most remarkable thing was found in the story of the song itself.
Live the life we choose, we'd fight and never lose.
An 18-year-old girl became famous by singing a melody looking back on youth gone by, old friends, and days that once seemed as though they would never end. Perhaps that is why the song becomes even more moving as its listeners grow older.
Don't you know that I'm loving you?
#1, In-a-Gadda-da-Vida by Iron Butterfly.
In-a-gadda-da-vida, honey. Don't you
In-a-Gadda-da-Vida is said to have originated from the phrase in the Garden of Eden, but the way Doug Ingle pronounced it made it sound like the strange title we know today.
please take my hand?
From that accident, Iron Butterfly created more than 17 minutes of psychedelia with a heavy guitar riff, haunting organ, and a massive drum solo. The shorter single version reached only #30 on the Billboard Hot 100.
Come with me and I'll walk this line.
But the album sold millions of copies, and the song outlived many of the hits that had ranked above it. Sometimes a song doesn't need to reach #1 to become a legend. It just needs a riff that people can still recognize more than half a century later. Perhaps what made 1968 so special was that no one knew what would come out of the radio next. A ukulele, guitars as heavy as thunder, or a song so long that it nearly filled an entire side of a record.
Baby, just call me angel of the morning.
Don't think that I can take it, 'cause it took so long to...
More than half a century has passed, but those sounds can still bring an entire era of youth back in just a few seconds. Which song do you remember most clearly? Share your memories in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe so we can keep these melodies alive.